Here now with Randy Brown, who headlines UFC Vegas 111 on Saturday against Gabriel Bonfim. A long time coming, Randy. Finally, some main event respect. How does it feel?
Feels good. Feels really good.
Yeah, man. Are you out in Vegas? I'm guessing you just got into Vegas today.
Yeah, I just got here today. Just got here maybe a few hours ago.
Nice. And everything good. Training camp is in the books and everything. Five
Everything.
rounder. It all went well.
I'm ready, man. I'm ready. I'm ready for 5 rounds or less, So yeah, training's been good, man. Training's been phenomenal. I mean, I feel good, I'm just excited. I'm excited for the moment, excited to take advantage of this moment and go out there and just show the world, take this opportunity and max it the fuck out. That's it.
Yeah, you guys were supposed to fight in Brazil last month. How close to that fight were you approached about this change, and what were your feelings on it? Having to kind of pull back on camp and just do everything it takes to get ready for this type of fight instead.
It was probably a few weeks out. A few weeks out. So it's almost like I had two camps. I had two short camps, to make one, one extended camp. So it was pretty good. Everything aligned perfectly, So it worked out that I didn't fight in Brazil, and then we're fighting again here. This is perfect.
Yeah, this shorter trip for you. I'm sure that's
Yeah,
much better.
definitely. Definitely.
Yeah. Did it surprise you at all? Like, I know they were looking for some main events, but when they came, this is a fight. They don't do this too often. Take a fight that's already scheduled on one card, move it to another event to put as the main event.
Um, well, we were having some conversations, we were having some conversations. So it didn't really shock me, but it was like, hey, this is what the situation in it is. Would you like this? And I was like, yeah, for sure, And I appreciate them considering me, and that's really it. I appreciate them considering me and knowing that that shows, my worth, and trusting me that I can carry a card, and I'm gonna show up, put on a
Yeah.
show.
I know it doesn't matter by the time you get in the cage. It's all about the fighting, but I feel like, this is getting overshadowed a little bit right now by one of the biggest stories that we've had in the sport with this whole betting scandal and everything last week. And are you feeling that maybe this is flying a little under the radar, or are you not worried about that? It'll change over the next few days.
I'm not thinking about any of that. I've never been approached about throwing a fight or nothing like that. So that's that whole betting thing. I don't even think about it for real. I'm just ready to fight, man. I'm present in the moment. For me, maybe for everyone else, people on the outside, but for
Mm-hmm.
me, this is my moment. This is for me and my family, and I need to seize this moment. So I'm not I'm not worried about what's happening in the news. That's not my problem. I'm not involved. So I'm
Yeah.
focused on this.
Definitely. I don't need to address it too much, but you being, in this organization for a very long time now, you said you've never been approached, but when you hear a story like this, given you being around the sport for so long, does it shock you?
It doesn't shock me, I mean, it doesn't shock me. I mean, anything's possible. Nothing surprises me with people, and when there's money involved, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But nah, it doesn't surprise me at all. But I personally think that you can have a longer career, and a better career. It's like people are throwing around a lot of allegations, and I don't like speaking on things when I don't have the facts and the information. I'm not a big talker. I'm not gonna come and just start spewing opinions on shit that I know nothing about. You know what I mean? See, if I had the facts and I had the information, it's easy for me to speak. But if I don't know, I see people digging up stuff about all this other stuff, and the information is all over the place. I don't know. So
Yeah.
I can't speak on it too much. But what I will say is there's a lot of allegations and shit that's getting thrown out, and I think that um people need to slow down, get the information, and wait for things to come out, and then see what's what, and see what actually happened and what's actually happening. You know,
No, very, very important to note. We live in a very reactionary world now, but it's important to kind of
nah,
take a step back sometimes. And this is ongoing thing, and no one's being charged with anything or anything like that. So, but yeah, like you said, you're lasered in, locked in, focused. What do you just make of Gabriel Bonfim after training for him for this long?
I think he's a tremendous athlete, man. I think he's a tremendous athlete. I think he's strong, good jujitsu, explosive guy, wealth of knowledge when it comes to the ground game. Was on quite a streak, and I think it's gonna be a good fight. I think it's gonna be a fun fight. But I do believe that I have the tools to dismantle him. Purely because he's never faced a guy like me, and I've faced the guys like him plenty of times. I've seen his archetype plenty of times, so it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a fun one.
Do you think he won that last fight with Wonderboy?
I don't. I don't think so.
Yeah, it
I
was
think that
close.
it was a close fight. It's not like a robbery, but
Mhm.
I thought I thought Wonder Boy did enough. I should have gave it to him.
Yeah, it was super close. What a time for this fight to be happening too, right? We got the title fight next weekend, like some super high level welterweight fights on that main card as well. This feels like a very good moment to kind of make your statement, as you said, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It keeps my name fresh, amongst the champions, and I see a lot of people saying, things about Jack, how good Jack is, and I obviously fought Jack, and how he obviously beat me. So, saying how his a win here talks about me and him still. I hopefully he continues to win. I win here, and then people continue to talk about us, in the same sentences. So, it might get that back down the road.
Yeah, you've had a lot of fights in the UFC, some gone your way, some haven't. But is that one? It feels like that one, like mentally, did a lot for you in terms of growth into getting yourself into position for this fight. Would that be accurate, or do you disagree?
Not so much. I mean, I've always been pretty mentally strong and locked
Mhm.
in. I think that fight, if we fought again, I just don't think it played out just like that in that moment. You know what I mean? It was one singular shot that kind of, threw me for a loop, and then I couldn't recover in time, jumped on my back and got me. But I think Jack is also a great fighter, good eyes, great boxing in the pocket, good combination puncher. Um, but you learn from everything. And I definitely learned from it. So hopefully we get it back, and we'll see how that next one plays out.
Yeah, it's gonna be super interesting. Who do you think is like a more relevant fight to be the next title challenger? Is it Sean Brady and Morales or Leon Edwards and Carlos Prates?
Sean Brady versus uh
Morales.
Morales, 100%. Sean Brady deserved the title shot. I think Sean Brady should be fighting for the title next.
Hmm. I saw Aljamain Sterling was on Ariel's show earlier, and he was talking about working with you a little bit to kind of help with like Jamaican relief efforts and everything that's happened
Mhm.
down there. Can you tell me a little bit about what kind of work you're doing to help out with that situation and with Aljo?
Absolutely. Well, we have separate, foundations that we're working with, but we stay in contact and stuff. So I have a foundation that's been established for about a year now. It's called the Randy Brown Foundation, and we kind of help inner city youth and youths that are just like, underprivileged, underserved, and just giving them opportunities to use martial arts as a platform to, you know, create opportunity, to be able to wherever you want to take it. If you want to just use martial art, because martial arts can provide so many other things than just becoming a professional athlete, right? Provides discipline, structure, that kind of stuff. So, you know, just giving them opportunities through martial arts. And maybe one day, show those same kids that grew up in the places where I grew up, that I did it and you don't have to come to America and essentially to do it. I want to give them opportunities to be able to do it from there so that they can eventually pursue their dreams and, get a way out per se, to you know, come to the big show from out there. So um just teaching martial arts, man. Martial arts can save lives. It saves my life. So let's see. Hopefully, I can pass it down, pay it forward, and save some other lives. So that being said, with all the stuff that's happening now, I figured, what, to use the foundation for good to help any way we can. The UFC was such a tremendous help. I said, what I was doing. They saw what I was doing, and they said, you know what, we're gonna. I asked them to match something that I was putting in, and they went above and beyond. They went
Wow.
way above and beyond. And shout out to Dana, for always just looking out. And you know, I know they don't talk about a lot of things that they do, but this was huge, and it's gonna help a lot of people.
That's incredible. Are you comfortable sharing what that amount was just for like a story or anything like that? Or is that something you want to keep private?
We'll talk about it. I talk about it with them, and then we'll continue. But it's growing. I put it out there. People can donate. It's called the Randy. You can go to randybrownfoundation.org and take a look at it. Read through the website. Check out the Hurricane Relief page, and yeah, it's growing. It's growing, and we're going to do a lot. We're doing right now. I partnered with some other people out there as well. Some groups, people that I know personally on the ground, not these big corporations that are going to take you know people that I know personally that are gonna do the right thing, getting the food to them, getting things to them that I'm shipping directly, and yeah, we're on the ground right now as we speak. I'm here fighting. My people down there, they fighting as well. And after my fight, I'm gonna get down there as well, and we're gonna continue to, help and ship some more stuff and bring stuff, tarps, chapalins, food, uh, like Starlinks. We're gonna try to potentially, build some little mini houses for the little board houses that did get blown down. So we got a lot of people to chipping in, and it's incredible the amount of people that chipped in. Has stepped up. I'm truly
Oh,
grateful.
man, that's awesome. My wife is half Jamaican. My father-in-law lives down there in Kingston, so that warms my heart
Oh,
to hear
nice,
that you're
nice,
doing that
nice.
and doing those efforts. So she'll love to hear that as well. Well, that's awesome, man. Good for you. I guess just last thing, how do you see this fight ultimately playing out? I know you have the 25 minutes to work with, but it seems like you don't intend on using them all.
No, not at all. Not at all. And based off of our styles, we're both fast starters, and when two fast starters meet, it rarely goes the distance. So, um, I think it's gonna be a fun fight. I think it's gonna be, for as long as it lasts, it'll be a fun fight. But I know that I get the victory. I know that I finish him at some point, and we get it done.
Good stuff, man. And then after that, we can have our rematch in EA UFC from the Fan Expo last year.
Bro, you were nice, way too nice for me, bro. I'll admit it, he was good, man. I had no idea. He was playing with me. I was just toying with me at one point. That's because I don't play those UFC games, but I'm gonna bring you over to my world, bring you into a shooter, and then we'll see how you do.
All right, we'll set it up after the fight. I appreciate it so much, Randy. Congratulations on this opportunity. It's been a long time coming and well deserved. So I definitely hope to see you make the most of it.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Take care.